Welcome traders to the weekly simple market metrics review. So this was another challenging week, especially for NQ and also RTY. You were trading in that. So for the first 2 days, so the shortened trade week, the first 2 days, the NQ on the 2 minute, then the last 2 days on the 1 minute. So definitely we are still in a drawdown for this. So for the 21st, we had the one loser, 99 ticks, then a winner for 40 ticks. And another thing I did is I went for the past week and just recorded the triple G, triple R trades for all the 4 indices. We're not going to go too much in detail of scrolling through the chart of going over that, but I'll just show you the results if one were to trade that way. All right, so the 22nd, there was one really late past their time frame. You'd continue on to the last 30 minutes of the session. So you had that one winner. And then we'll change it over to 1 minute. And so on the 23rd, let's see, where was that? That was before time frame. So this is the one that got us for 79 ticks. And you had the one win, 2 wins, and this one got us again for 70 ticks before it went back up. That one was frustrating. And then today, still on the 1 minute. And so both these days, just the volume, that first 30 minutes, candles weren't engulfing 20 plus points. So that's how I chose to be on this for the last 2 days of the week. All right, so that timestamp is actually 9:16. All right. So that was one winner. Here was the second winner. And this is the one, again, you go out like that, and you can see, close outside of the profit wave, so it closed it out. And then a couple minutes later, 1, 2 minutes later, it would have hit your profit target. I did not like seeing that. And then this last one, continue on trading, you won. So for the week, 7 wins, 4 losses, down $605. So it does knock our 16-week total to 38.55, and then another plus 16.65 if you're double size on the 1 minute. So 55.20, so an 82% win rate, and then the risk is 3.48. The profit target. So I do see how the moderator of the Discord just sets a hard stop of 3 times. He only trades on the 2 minute, doesn't try to balance a 1 minute. Trades pretty much the same hour of day that I'm trading this. And then he also comes back in the afternoon and trades. But I believe he's going for 40 ticks profit, 120 tick hard stop. And then I think he would close it out if it closes past the profit wave, even though if it's less than the 120 ticks. But at least he doesn't move his stop on that. Let's see. All right. So there was the NQ. And then so for RTY, let's see, we'll just scroll up. This one had plenty of losers this week. We had that. This one right here lost. This one right here won. Same thing, got us again on this one for 43 ticks. This one, let's see. Yes, scroll out, and it just barely pushed outside of it by like 2 ticks. So I counted that one as a loss, and this one was a win. Lost that one, won that one, and then again, this one just immediately turned against you, closed outside the profit wave, so you chalked up a loss, and then went up. So those are definitely frustrating ones when you were right about a direction, but just not in the short term, and you stick to your rules. And today, got this one won, and this one hammered down, immediately turned against you, and that one's past their time frame. So you're down almost $1,000 on this one. Just one contract. So 4 to 6, past 10 weeks, plus 345 if you trade the whole 90 minutes. The risk is 4.28 times the profit target. So again, before 9 a.m., that's a negative 1155 on those if you trade that time frame. Plus 1,500. It's still down for the week if you just took the last hour of the trades, but it does knock the risk down to 3.2. All right, ES. Okay, I did not want to go. So we had that one loser. Second loser, closed outside the profit wave before it went back up. There was a win right there. Only one of the session. This one just dropped it really late. It'd been 8:34, and that closed the candle. That one lost, immediately turned against you. And this one won. There was nothing on this one. And you got that one right after the news, and that was it. So it's 3 to 3 this week for ES minus 450, drops down to plus 275 the past 16 weeks. That one's not looking good either. Let's see. The time frame of still just trading the first 30 minutes. So almost plus 1,500 on that, or even just the open. So those first two the first few candles plus 600 on that. All right, YM. You had the one win, immediately turned against you. Got that loss. Got that win. There's a win right there. Another win. That's past your time frame. Thursday. Had the win. Loss. New momentum. Then a win. And we did not take that one. That one lost. That one lost. No momentum. So that's 7-3 for the week, plus $70. Still negative for the past, could be 10 weeks. Forgot to change that. There's just nothing good about this one. They're not even a consideration. So here's the triple G stuff. So my main concern of this is I would prefer quick scalps rather than holding for a really long time on these. And then also the dynamic profit and loss, you're supposed to go for a 1-to-1 on these. So you would, when the candle, you're already gonna have to scroll over it and see what it's saying, what the low of the candle this would be. And you just kind of have to calculate real quick right before it closes of how many ticks, how many points that is, and move your stop to the bottom of that. Move your profit target where it needs to be. So it's more of a 1-to-1 on that one. So in a quick moving market, that can be challenging for it. So there's that one. I would prefer, a higher win rate and stuff, but the challenge with just the standard rules on this is that you do have a dynamic stop if you're just not doing a hard stop of 3x. So that does psychologically, get pretty difficult. So this one, so we're not just going to go through every single trade. We'll just briefly cover the weeks. So, this ES, if you just trade the open the next hour and a half, you're plus 337.50 for the week, 7-2. So, obviously a good win rate off the start on this one. Just with the 1-to-1, you kind of should expect around 60 to 70%, which is actually still pretty good with it. But, who knows what your true average loss and average win is going to be with it. And then so for RTY, it was minus 50. You went, 5-5. So, and then these ones, I definitely like on the faster markets, I would prefer to stay away from the news. And so even though this one's like 12 minutes before the news drops on Tuesday, again, you can be holding that trade still. So I wouldn't want to be holding that to get faked out. So I just wouldn't be, I'm going to record these is that for RTY and YM, you just, if there's news that day, and this is, I believe, just even yellow folder news on the AMP futures economic calendar that I use. So I just wouldn't even consider those trades on that one. So for those who aren't familiar with the triple G, triple R, it's the first background color change and a red candle, profit wave and all that. So you're not factoring in this money flow at all. So then that's where you would be entering in of going short right here. And so you are going to get more available trades doing this too. So, but it does, again, wrangle in your losers. So you can't be going for higher profit targets, but it can be wrangling in your losers. So even though RTY was 5 for 5, I mean, you didn't have any tremendously big losers. We've had plenty of big losers, just the normal way of trading it at even just like 100 ticks when you're going for 14. And I guess the advantage of going for a dynamic profit target is that it's whatever the current market conditions are giving you. So versus just having a fixed profit target, that as the index grows, how are you index and our volatility, like how are you going to adjust your profit targets if we always just have a set 14 ticks, or like NQ 20 ticks, 40 ticks. So that could be an advantage of this one. So still not bad. I mean, you last off your trades and in a sense, 5, 10, so it's $50, probably in commissions and clearing all that slippage, $50. So minus $100 for the week. Not that big of a deal. And then YM, pretty much slightly above 50%, and you're plus 500 on the week. So it's still the same time frame. You're not trading the open. You're waiting, the first 4 minutes. Let me make sure. Okay, RTY did put the same thing. So kind of very similar rules of what we're using for the other one. And again, there's news that day. That 8:56 candle. That's when the color change in the bar, and so does that timestamp. But I wouldn't be taking that. So that one looks pretty good. And then NQ. So same thing with this. You can get some pretty good wins off this one. We all know NQ can move. So I did split it up into the full 90 minutes or just the 1 hour. So, and then double size on 1 minute, which may not be necessary. Because you are going for whatever the current market volatility is, but I'm using the same rules of choosing a 1 minute versus 2 minute, based upon the engulfing candles to expect momentum. So, does if you just trade that 1 hour, again, just this very short-term trend, looks pretty good and stuff. So, and we'll just see in the long term if it's even a factor if you need to double your size or not. So, but for 5 to 7 wins, if you trade the whole 5 wins, 7 losses, if you trade the whole trading session, you're still a little profitable for the week. And then, what is your largest loss on this one? 74 ticks, not that big and stuff. So, compared to what, can happen on the normal way of trading it. So it seems like you catch some, plus 91 ticks. That's pretty big winner on it. So this is something just to keep track of, to see how this handles up long term. So, can wrangle in those larger losses that we can take on NQ. People have been posting comments, but I trade this one and I haven't really traded this one. So, but Justin does go over it and there is some interest in it. There are people in Discord, interested in it too. So I'm just tracking this one. And someone else had posted, a observation about how we've been trading our normal way and how it just, seems like, the first trade of the day of our session ends up being losers, like a lot of them. And in the short term, the past couple of weeks, that has rang true. Prior to that, the first 13 weeks, it wasn't really a trend. But what is concerning is that I think if you would take away all of those first trades, we would be at the same profit, like 5,500 for 16 weeks, and we would have only taken like half the trades. And obviously we wouldn't be in such a large drawdown. So that is something to be mindful and consider and see what the next 16 weeks actually gives us. So it is something that I'm, going to be tracking and stuff, but how I'm trading it, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, see how it pans out. So but that will be something to look for, because even if it's just a micro trend that happens every now and then, I mean, what's the point if it just ends up being a wash in the long run? Then there's no point of even taking those trades. So it's just, could be cherry picking some data, but we'll see how it turns out. So, but we'll also see how all of those triple GR strategies end up being. So that's something you guys can practice if you already have the indicator. If you want to get some of that in, even if you have NinjaTrader or another trading platform lets you do the market replay, I don't think you can really do that in TradingView and stuff, but you could already know where you're, okay, what candle is it going to be? And so again, so this one on the YM 2 minute, this 956 candle, it ended up being the 958 candle in NinjaTrader when you're on the 2 minute. When you're on the 1 minute, they're going to do it differently. So this 1021 candle is 1022. So that's just something to consider. And then obviously without the simple metric markets code, those Heikin-Ashi bars are going to look different than what these ones do. So, but it gives you like a more real, like actually bar close price. So thanks for watching, and we'll keep track of this stuff. Has been frustrating the past couple weeks, and we'll just keep plugging forward. So thank you for the support, everybody, for watching, for buying the indicator, using the link. I really appreciate it. And hopefully the next week is a better trading week.